We're live. RNC, Panther Arena, Fiserv Forum, Barrett Center. We're all over the place. You just heard from our morning show. You just heard from Sherwin Hughes, who'll be up in a few minutes. Tori Lowe. And now I'm here to take out the day. And if you want to take a flip over to 620 WTMJ at 6 p.m., I'll be on with John McCure, but we're going to do a recap. There are some very interesting things that are happening today in Milwaukee. If you want to check us out, make sure you go to YouTube, 1017 The Truth on YouTube. And make sure you check us out. We are live on YouTube from the RNC. So there's some things I want to talk about, and there's some things that I wanted to include. But it's kind of a thing that when you were watching the shooting on Saturday of presidential candidate Donald Trump, you also were looking at a generational, what's the word I want to call it? Blip, so to speak. Let this be a lesson. There are some things that are missing. There's some things that we have decided that we're going to let slide, and we're going to let implode, I guess. And I don't understand what it is, but then I realized when I saw the shooting and I looked at the average age, estimated of course, the average age of each of those Secret Service special agents that were there guarding Donald Trump. And I don't think I saw a person over a certain age. I don't think I saw a person over maybe 40 years old. And I kind of found that interesting because there are some things that we do, and I can only speak to the black community. There are some things that we do that disturb me. And yes, this is the same take on the same thing as it relates to generations and generational respect and intergenerational mingling, stuff like that. It took me a while to think about it, but I realized there's a lack of, well, no, let me retract that part. Many times, millennials and Gen Z tend to argue that they have the experience and that experience teaches you everything. I agree. I think that they're telling the truth. I think that experience actually teaches you everything. I think what's missing is institutional memory, right? Let me explain that. Similar to your parents or your grandparents. Dan, how you doing? If you experience something,
thank you. You too. Yes, indeed.
And then there's some things that people tell you about that can have a different feel, right? I think you respond different. I think that you act different. I think that you move different, right? But yet when it comes to something that you lived through, a lived experience, that takes you to a place where you can pass on the experience, the emotion, the sight that you had when it happened, the smells, everything, you're there. That is what I mean by institutional memory. And so when I looked at those Secret Service agents, when I look at the generation of people that are in the world today, they lack institutional memory.
I saw him floating around. He was at the scene? Yeah, he was at the scene.
There is no one, with the exception of someone that might be appointed who may be older, there's no one that I know of that's on the Secret Service detail anywhere that was alive when President Reagan was shot. So the last time we had a bona fide attempted assassination of a president or a presidential candidate that was active, that was actually kinetic,
Yeah, as soon as this settles out, next week.
It was Ronald Reagan in 1982,
My wife, so I'm a swing.
and it's 2024.
Yeah.
And so now we have to think about the fact that when you don't have memory,
Oh, no, I'm done with
muscle memory,
winter sabbatical.
experiential memory, institutional memory, there's nothing to pass down. There was no training. We could talk about what happened to Reagan, but there's nobody to stand here to talk to you about what happened before. And then they just got complacent.
We'll see you.
And that's kind of like I see our community. We're kind of complacent. You know what I mean? We've come to accept certain things as normal. Shootings, homicides, theft, carjackings. We've come to accept those things as something that is just normal to our community. Garbage, dirt everywhere. We seem to have come to have accepted the fact that this is something that's normal.
Okay. My boss is being interviewed by Kristen Braid.
And that's an issue.
And so we were just coming to check out the spot. Okay.
What time is she on?
1:15ish.
And that's an issue. That's a problem. We have come to the point where we don't have that institutional memory that can talk about
Okay. Anyway, good luck.
what happened. Think of those who were not alive during 9/11. Think of those that have grown up and don't remember the country that was in a place where every single solitary person, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, male, female, was one. In a few years, we won't have anybody that's been alive that lived through that. And when you look at your family, when you look at your grandparents, when you look at your parents, listen to what they are telling you. They have the institutional memory. But I'm going to tell you, once that parent passes away, you lose access to the memories. You lose access to the love. You lose access to the way that it looked, sounded, smelled, how people acted. I remember vividly 9/11. I'll always remember where I was, what I was doing when Ronald Reagan was shot. I was too young for John F. Kennedy. I was too young for Robert F. Kennedy, but I remember what I was doing when Martin Luther King was shot. Institutional memory may very well be what saves us. Because if we don't pay attention to what's going on in our world, if we don't pay attention to what's going on in our community, we're going to end up metaphorically in the same place as that shooter on the roof in Butler, Pennsylvania. We're going to be down for the count, and there's going to be anybody crying for us or anybody talking about us or anybody thinking about us because we are to a point where we don't seem to care. It comes down to memory. People transferring knowledge to you because it's in their memory, not what they were taught and not what they learned. That is the most powerful thing you can possibly take away from today. And when you look at your family, why didn't I know those things about wealth? Why didn't I know those things about health? Why didn't I know those things about education? Why didn't I know those things about raising a family, buying a house, buying a car? All those things, the reason why you don't is because you didn't listen to the institutional memory that you had right there in your face called a parent or a grandparent.
This is a real story.
And it's unfortunate because you're not going to remember the impact. You're not going to remember anything until it happens to you. And when it happens to you, you know what we're going to say you're acting like? It's the same way the country was.
Head almost hits my chest. It's Wolf Blitzer from CNN.
Before a certain attack on the country. It's going to be the same way it was on Friday before the shooting of Donald J. Trump. we're going to look up, and people are going to say about us the same way they talked about 9/11. You know what you're acting like? You're acting like it's September 10th.
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 101.7 The Truth.
Truth Nation, it is the effective communication coach, Denise Thomas from Truth Be Told with DT and Tellez. Look, y'all, I got to let you know that the best morning show on planet Earth is now streaming live on YouTube every weekday from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Yes, Truth Telling Hits with Tellez and Truth Swiping are coming at you live and in color every weekday on YouTube. So go to YouTube right now to subscribe to 101.7 The Truth and watch Tellez and I do our thing and get your morning started off right. Milwaukee Black Talk is now streaming live on YouTube. What distinguishes Old National Bank from other lenders in helping people buy their first home and furthering their small businesses?
One thing that really makes us stand out is our grants. We have 2 really big grants right now specifically for first-time home buyers buying in Milwaukee County. The first one is for $15,000. They have to be buying within Milwaukee County and reach certain income limits. And then the second one is for $20,000, and that is through the Federal Home Loan Bank of Indiana. We're headquartered in Indiana, as you know, Denise. So that is a second grant, and that is really the highest, most robust grant program throughout the entire southeastern Wisconsin area. So it's it's up to $35,000 essentially that a person could be receiving for their first home. If you are in a position that you're looking to buy your first home throughout Milwaukee County, please give me a call. Please contact me. I'm more than happy to help everybody that I can.
And what's your number, Anna?
Sure.
How can they reach you?
414-978-0283.
What do you get when you combine grilled-to-order deliciousness with only the finest Wisconsin cheeses? Cousin Sub's new Wisconsin cheese steaks, featuring either steak or chicken, bacon, cheddar cheese, sautéed onions, and their new Cheddar Supreme cheese sauce. It's a match made in dairy heaven. And the decadence doesn't stop there. Pair your Wisconsin cheesesteak with their new Orange Dream Shake. All are available for a limited time only. Order in store, online, or via the mobile app. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance. Like your first home expansion or your first big lightning strike. There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Family's agents. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
A Brewers Group outing is the best way to celebrate any special occasion. You can count on the Brewers to host an event your crew won't forget. Brewers account reps make your day at the ballpark a breeze. Start planning your group outing now at brewers.com/groups.
After a crash with a semi-truck, everything can change instantly. At Gruber Law Offices, we have the knowledge and experience to make sure you're protected. And we're here to help whenever you need us. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris, live from the Republican National Convention on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth app, 1017thetruth.com, and streaming live on YouTube.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Who said I want you on the screen?
I want to be on the screen.
I want to put you on the screen?
I need to be on the screen.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. My in-studio remote dude cam is none other than the auspiciously dressed suspect at best, Sherwin Hughes. What's up?
Hey, man, I'm just hanging out with a bunch of Republicans. They're actually fun.
Yeah, they are.
There's a lot of stuff going on here.
Yeah.
How you enjoying yourself at the convention, Doc?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I had a few guests lined up, but waiting on people to get over here. Then they start talking. By the time they come over here, your show's over, stuff like that. So
Yeah, the guests have been kind of they're kind of haphazard and kind of random. So I took a couple of roving guests when I was on this morning. But it's usually when I'm on air, they want to come and sit down. So it's kind of inconvenient. But you take them when you can get them.
Yes, it is. So the news today, we got so much breaking stuff that's going on. It's totally ridiculous. Fatal officer-involved shooting is under investigation near 14th and Valete in Milwaukee. A police source confirmed the CBS 58 shooting happened. I mean, it's hard not to confirm it when there's a body laying in the street, there's a top over, and the ME is there. So what exactly are you confirming? So, Fraternal Order Police in Columbus, Ohio, confirmed the Columbus officers were involved in an officer-involved shooting in Milwaukee. So we're waiting for details from that. The medical examiner's office has gone over, and evidently it's the fatality.
Should we make note that it is not affiliated with this convention? Because when people hear an out-of-town police officer and a fatal shooting, they want to arbitrarily connect the two.
Well, one of the things they had is that they said that it was at an RNC office or area, and I didn't really understand what some people were reporting regarding that, but we're going to wait and see and hear what the update is. We should have an update from the chief of police, which is my other story, from the chief of police to see exactly what's going on with that. It was outside of the arena, outside of the red zone, outside of the quote-unquote soft zone, and it just occurred. So we'll find out exactly what's going on with this. Fraternal Order Police put out a statement this afternoon and stated that they were made aware, because I'm assuming they would need union representation if they're involved in officer-involved shooting. But we don't know the details.
We do not. And I am unclear of any RNC-related offices that are on 14th and Valete, because you would think, especially because of this event that is going on, that it would be located within at least the soft zone, and it's outside of that.
But there's a MPS facility over there.
Okay.
There's is this county facility over there as well?
I am not sure if that building is currently in operation. I know that they're renovating and doing something else with it, but I don't think it's got people in it.
And so at that point, it's pretty interesting. I'll say that. 833-212-1017 is the number. Dr. Ken Harris, Truth in the Afternoon. I'm here with The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. I guess I'm the only one that has a show with the day part in the title.
Technically, this is a day show. Truth in the Afternoon. Well, I'm not Truth in the Morning.
I know. And Tory Lowe's not Truth in the Early Afternoon.
He just has a Tory Lowe show.
And it ain't the morning show.
Oh. Fair enough, because Tory's special. He just has the Tory Lowe show.
But I did win Best Radio Show. So
you did. Congratulations.
833-212-1017.
I did not. Ever.
Is the number. Al, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Well, I just got a question for you and Mr. Hughes. Do it really take 8 people to shoot one person over there in Tennessee City?
Well, we don't know what happened. They haven't released exactly what happened. But we don't know exactly what happened.
But 8 people to shoot one person? Does it take
how do you know? I don't understand what exactly is it that you're asking? What are you basing your premise on?
What I'm asking is why does it take 8 people to empty their clip and one black man? That's what I'm asking.
Is that what happened? Is that what happened? Why don't you answer the question, Al?
Yes.
Is that what happened?
Yes.
And where are you getting that from? Where are you getting it from?
It came from the news.
Okay.
8 police officers for one black man, and they're not probably even from Milwaukee. You don't find that out.
Al, where did you find that information out? Because obviously that incident has been all the talk of all the media here at the RNC. We didn't hear anything about multiple officers. Did you hear anything?
Where? What channel?
I'm just shocked.
What channel? What channel, Al?
I have to go back and look it out, but it does not take no 8.
So in other words, we're not. So in other words, you don't even know that it happened because you can't even tell us where it happened. So why would we listen to something you're saying unless you could tell us, Al?
But I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to stand on this, and I don't care who listens. It don't take no 8 police officers to kill no one black man. How about that? Go back home to Ohio. Go kill your own. Go kill your own. Have a good day.
Bye.
I see Al is the same whether it be morning or afternoon.
Morning or afternoon, but yet we're upset about something and we have zero information.
Yeah, I'm unaware of that.
We don't know. Like it's just. But and if we listen to what people say, and then people on TV report what people say without having a source, you need at least 3 sources. You need to confirm it by 3 independent sources for you to figure out whether or not yes, this is true. Sherman's my boy. But if Sherman tells me something and then I don't bother to check to see if it's accurate, and then what?
It is accurate if I'm telling you.
No.
I wouldn't tell you something
Trust
inaccurate.
but verify.
Fair enough.
Okay.
But when it comes from me, it's already verified, and you should trust it.
Never.
All right.
Never. So we got the shooting. Here's where the shooting is, by the way. Up by King Park, nowhere near the RNC, nowhere near the outer perimeter, but yet we have this, right?
Yeah, it's 4 or 5 blocks at least. That's just basically, it's a north side neighborhood where there was
a north side neighborhood, and something happened, and we don't know if they were staging there. We don't know if they were sent there for whatever reason. Were they on a protection detail? Like, all that information has to be vetted out. So this thing we have of believing anything anybody tells us, as we learn now, especially from the media and especially what happened last Saturday,
last Saturday, that was an interesting event, was it not?
Yes, it was.
I'm not falling into the conspiracy theories, but I know a lot of people that I've talked to and a lot of folks that listen think that it was something conspiratorial about that. I just think he got grazed.
Yep, and he got. I'm not a per se believer in luck, but if it was some, he got some.
Oh, he's had plenty. Yeah. His classified documents case getting thrown. It's actually been a very good.
Well, I don't know if that's luck. Because of what the Supreme Court did, that made some of the things he did. You get a pass.
Maybe it's timing. His timing has been good. On the heels of the convention.
The timing, definitely, yes, 110%. Because the documents case, they funded the case from they can't do the Justice Department can't do special counsel. Mm-hmm. That's a legislative function, not the Justice Department. You're in the wrong arena of government. So when the Justice Department funded its own investigator, same way Fannie Willis did, down in Texas. When you fund your own investigator for something that has to do with you, that's kind of you're priming the pump. Like, I'm paying you, so you should find out what I think you should find.
Well, the special counsel Jack Smith said he's not done. He's still going to pursue other avenues.
Well, he can't, because they're going to pull his funding, and that's over.
And then if Donald Trump gets reelected,
he's going to get jacked. Biden would do it. Biden did it.
Well, Biden actually has
with his son.
He's got immunities as well that he's not using.
I know.
He could go and prosecute Trump right now if he wanted to.
He's not.
Of course not, because he ain't got to worry about it.
Because he can't. What are they going to prosecute him for?
I don't know, something.
Make up something because it's Sherwin.
his alleged activities that might run afoul of the federal laws. Who knows?
Hey, don't they all run, right? Obama kept documents.
Obama's innocent of all charges.
That's a lie. You know that's a lie.
He is a biracial angel.
He can. I've never seen a biracial angel.
Look at Barack Obama.
Is race a thing in heaven anyway?
Probably. Okay. I wouldn't doubt if heaven is segregated.
Ooh. So if you're looking on YouTube, I'm going to be sitting over here because I'm thinking God has a nice, big, shiny black ball head that he could aim at. Because, dude, you just blasphemous.
First of all, I'm not worried about getting assassinated here. You can't. Listen, they wouldn't let me bring my coffee cup in. I had to take my coffee cup back to the office because that's how tight security is, because my coffee cup is metal.
I'm looking for my backpack. You see my backpack around there? Uh-oh. There it is, all the way over in the corner. Okay. Because, these folks, y'all folks around here, I got to watch y'all.
I think we're pretty safe here. These seem to be some trustworthy folks, and everybody had to pass through a tremendous amount of security.
Oh, my gosh.
You have to get the Secret Service approvals to get our media passes and whatnot.
You had to do the whole slap and tap.
All the things. I do apologize to you, Dr. Ken. I have unprecedented access to this convention, and I did not ask for it.
And he's losing his mind. He is losing. It's like a kid in a candy shop.
This has been a wonderful experience for me. I've never been to a national convention before. I've only been to state conventions and Democratic conventions at that.
Right.
The Republicans know how to party.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I went to their Red, White, and Brews event they had on Sunday at the Summerfest grounds, welcoming all the delegates, and I can't even lie to you. I had a real good time. Yeah. It was a good time. Everybody was nice. A lot of Trump hats, a lot of Trump T-shirts.
You got over that, though, didn't you?
After a while.
Free food, free drink?
Free everything.
Okay.
That's right. Yeah.
I would ask you what you mean by free everything, but I'm going to let that go.
No, I'm sure that had a cost associated with it, but I didn't partake in any of that. But no, it was a good time. And here's what I'll say. Everybody's really, really nice. I don't know what I expected from people. And also being a member of the media, sometimes a certain political affiliation, they call us fake. And, you know, they don't like some of our reporting. But everybody's been nice. Can't complain.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Beyond the Mic Happy Hour is coming up July 26th. And some guy, Sherwin Hughes, Friday, July 26th from 4 till 7 at Mobay Cafe, 1022 South 1st Street in Milwaukee. They're going to have food. I don't know why they put great conversation, because he's going to be there. So I don't.
It should be stupendous instead of great. Immaculate.
Chula Vista Resort and Water Park giveaway, and I'm going to be doing my show live from 4 to 6. Now, how did we come up with me doing my show live from 4 to 6?
Well, because we steal your producer to do the Beyond the Mic events, we might as well just have you there.
Which doesn't make any sense.
It does not.
And then on top of that, I had to drive by him and threaten to run him over in the parking garage to get to come to your event.
Well, we're glad to have you. That's a new addition to Beyond the Mic. You'll be there broadcasting live. So everybody, come on out, have a good time, say hi to Dr. Ken. Maybe he'll even let you get on the mic.
But that's what I told you to say, though. You don't say nothing different. You got to spruce it up a bit.
It's going to be fantastic, huh?
That's a bad.
I get compliments about my impression of you all the time.
From people that don't know me and can't do it themselves? Okay.
Probably.
All right. So when we come back, you gonna hang around for a minute?
I can hang out.
Now see this? If he was at a Democratic convention, he wouldn't be hanging out. He'd be like, okay, I got to go. My show's over. Poof. But he around here, and they took him out to a Summerfest, and he lost his mind.
They're trying to convert me.
And I hear ain't nobody trying to convert.
I think they want me.
I don't think you can be converted.
Yeah, probably. Well, it depends. What's the offer? Everybody, I'm kidding. I'm a Democrat. That's why I'm wearing blue today. I had to make it known because a lot of folks thought that I might have been, a different political affiliation. I'm wearing Democrat blue today. I'm representing the Democrats.
Nobody cares.
Representing. I'm a blue tie on, a blue shirt, my navy blue suit. Democrat tried. It's not funny, Doc. It's very serious.
It is.
There's a lot at stake in this
What's
election.
funny is that he's a Democrat in a Republican candy bowl, and he done all but cleaned out the bowl. You know, like that friend that comes in and eats up all your peanuts. And they the best ones, and they the last ones. I got some left. Let me roll it. And you get there, and there's only like 2 left.
If you mean I'm getting the most out of this experience, then yes, absolutely, I'm eating all the candy.
Yes, he is. I as well. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. My very, very special guest is none other than Sherwin Hughes, who is the host of
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes.
Yeah. That's me when I tell you things.
And it's Monday through Friday.
From 9 a.m. until noon.
Right here on
101.7 The Truth.
And we'll be right back. Traffic, sports, and weather up next.
More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris, live from the Republican National Convention, returns next on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth app, 1017thetruth.com, and streaming live on YouTube.
Have you ever said, I'd like to do something different for a change? I'm tired of doing the same old, same old. Well, the Wisconsin Black Chamber invites all wine lovers and those who want to spend a Saturday doing something different to the Black Winemakers Chicago Day Trip, Saturday, July 20th, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. We meet at the Black Chamber building located at 2900 West Fleet and head to Chicago for a day of winemaking, eating, drinking, fun, and laughter. It's an experience you won't forget, especially since there's plenty of photo ops. Grab a couple friends and create some memories. Visit our website, twbcc.com, to register. You can register for the July 20th or August 31st class right now. Don't wait. Classes fill up fast. The Wisconsin Black Chamber is still doing the most. Visit twbcc.com to keep up with what we have going on.
It's your boy, Tory Lowe from The Tory Lowe Show. Tap in for that action. Listen to The Truth all day, every day by downloading The Truth app or stream on Spotify, TuneIn, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or Stitcher.
Hey, y'all. Have you heard of Liberate MKE? We're building power for our community for our voices to be heard. We are addressing community issues by redistributing funds from the city budget into public health, housing, libraries, and more. Did you know the Milwaukee Police Department got $300 million last year and public health didn't even get a fraction of that? We're focused on funding life, not violence. If you want to be a part of that, come join us. You can find us at liberatemke.com.
Summer vibes are here, and your Wisconsin State Fair ticket gives you access to incredible live entertainment. Don't miss a second of the free shows at the Bank 5-9 Amphitheater, with headlining acts like Gaelic Storm, Mackenzie Porter, and for 2 nights, here come the Mummies. Snag your discounted tickets and plan your day at wistatefair.com. You'll be feeling good at the Wisconsin State Fair, presented by U.S. Cellular August 1st through the 11th. wistatefair.com.
Attention, Milwaukee County. When it comes to stroke, every second counts. Remember to be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T.
B, balance. Are you having trouble with coordination or balance? E, eyes. Sudden blurred or double vision. Have you lost sight in one eye or both? F, face drooping. Is your smile lopsided or your face numb or drooping? A, arm weakness. Are you having difficulty reaching for things? Does your arm drift downward when placed in front of you? S, speech difficulty. Is it difficult to speak? Try saying, the sky is blue. Does that come out correctly? T, terrible headache. Are you having pain in your head? Experiencing more than one of these symptoms? Time to call 911.
Remember, recognizing these signs and acting fast can save a life. If you or someone you know experiences these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. This message is brought to you by the Milwaukee County Office of Emergency Management. Stay informed, stay safe.
We've got some delays out on the roads northbound on 43, heading right through the Fond du Lac Avenue area. Southbound side is slowing down from about Hampton down past Keefe. Southbound 41, heavy from Appleton Avenue down past Capitol Drive. Well, there was a crash on northbound Highway 100 at North Avenue that has been cleared out of the way. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, mainly clear skies, a low of 63. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and pleasant. Isolated afternoon showers with a high of 77. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Alex Tellez. Over in baseball, the Milwaukee Brewers had a big win heading into All-Star Week, beating the Washington Nationals in Milwaukee 9-3 on Sunday. They get a long break with their next game being on Saturday in Minnesota versus the Twins. The Brewers head into the All-Star break with a first-place division lead of 4.5 games over the St. Louis Cardinals. MLB All-Star Week gets kicked off with the Home Run Derby this Monday night at 7. Over in basketball, the Milwaukee Bucks Summer League team fell to 0-2 after Sunday's 112-81 loss versus the Cavs. They are back in action on Tuesday versus the Clippers at 9. And finally, we are officially 1 week away from the Packers' first training camp practice next Monday, July 22nd. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown team's member, FDIC.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris, live from the Republican National Convention on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth app, 1017thetruth.com, and streaming live on YouTube.
1, 2, 3.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Hey, Jason, is Melody still on? She's still hanging out? You still there, Melody? All right, so we'll wait for a second. All right, so 833-2. What?
How can you hear your producer and I can't hear my producer?
Because your producer presses the IFB button and they talk back to you.
So you mean the people over the air did not just hear Jason talking to us?
No, they didn't.
Well, we got some stuff to fix. I said we had a couple bugs and a couple kinks our first 2 days at the RNC. Tomorrow we're going to get everything sorted out.
Right. And so that's why you could do this. And then that. Excuse me,
Doc, I don't even know how to use our equipment. Doc, you're doing a radio show. You can't just talk to random
You can't say. Are you able to come on the radio right now?
No, I can't do that because I have to get permission from Fox.
All right. Well, I'll call Fox, and you. Just good to see you.
Juan Williams has just stopped by the 101.7 The Truth booth.
We met at Marquette a ways ago when you were a speaker for who was that? Who was that?
I don't know.
I'm trying to remember. Matter of fact, I have a picture with you.
I was a young man.
Good to see you.
My pleasure.
Take care.
Just random media types just walking past you. I saw Rudy Giuliani earlier. I wanted to get a picture with him, but he was fast. He got away from me. I tried to get a picture. And the My Pillow guy is here, too, Mike Lindell.
So here's the kicker, though.
Okay.
You saw him sitting there with his cane, and then he said, I got to go to the bathroom. And then he just walked away, and I'm like, dude, the cane is right. Ah, got it. Yeah.
He just darted away from me. I want the picture.
He saw Sherwin. He saw Sherwin and was like, maybe not. I think he said maybe not.
I would have interviewed him, too. If he was available, I would have loved to talk to him. I also saw Congresswoman Lauren Boebert from Colorado. She was here. We're not going to discuss her, but she's a Trump supporter. She's a part of the MAGA movement. She was here walking around Radio Row a couple hours ago.
Okay.
Didn't get a chance to stop her and say hello. She also was walking very quickly, probably on her way to a movie theater. Well, she doesn't want to be late for the movie. Why you got to
say like that?
What?
You got to be like that.
She likes to go to movies. Everybody likes movies, Dr. King.
833-212-1017 is the number. Do we have a caller? Bob, you're on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. How are you, Bob?
I'm fine. Two of my favorite people are on. Isn't that nice?
That's all right.
I didn't hear Sherman this morning because I was running. He wants me to lay down. Sherman wants me to lay down. And I'm going out to get some catfish, and I heard y'all two are on. So I just want you to do me a favor, Dr. King.
What's that?
If you don't mind.
What's that?
Could you please tell Sherman he's not cool? I mean,
he's not what?
That for me?
He's not
cool.
Okay.
He's not
all right.
cool.
We're done with your call, Bob. Thanks for calling. Thanks for calling, Bob. I appreciate it. 833-212. We're not gonna let somebody call and then dismiss my colleague, teammate, and guest on my show. No,
you should have let him talk. You should have let him keep going.
No.
I'd end up checkmating Bob. I do it on my show. I do it on your show. I checkmate Bob every time I talk to him.
I don't listen to nonsense.
All right.
I might talk nonsense, but I'm not going to let somebody. You say Anthony? You're on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. How are you?
I'm doing okay. How about you, Ken? All right.
I'm good.
I was calling. Okay, great. I was calling to see, did y'all hear about the shooting on the 14th and Belief of a homeless man?
Yes, we did.
By the Ohio police. Did y'all know
Columbus,
that he was
Ohio.
shot 7 times in the... Yes. Did y'all know that he was shot 7 times in the back?
Is that what people told the news people, or is that what the police department told you?
Yeah, well, that's
which one?
That's what happened, yeah.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Both, actually.
Okay, so what did they... So tell me what they said, and who was it?
Who
that's informative.
worked at the breach, and they was out there, and they witnessed it, and they said that the guy was walking across the street. He was minding his own business, and the guy just unloaded on him in the back, shot him 7 times in the back.
What's interesting?
If that happened, that is ridiculous.
Al called and said it was 8 people.
Police do. I know how those police do in Ohio. They are very racist. So I know how they do.
Okay, but here's what we're going to do, Anthony. We need to get information in terms of, because what somebody was told, all we know is that they're saying that 5 police officers shot from 5 police officers from Columbus, Ohio. This is from jsonline.com. Shot and killed a man. He died from his injuries near 14th and Philippe. We don't know if it doesn't say if he got shot in his back. And, no, listen to what I'm saying.
He was shot.
First of all,
yes, because he had his back turned.
How do you know that? How do you know that? How do you know that?
Because there is 15 witnesses who all witnessed that. That's how I know.
Okay. And we'll wait till the investigation goes through.
I don't think all of these 15 people is all lying.
I've had people. Hold up. I've had people lie on me. I've had people lie and say I did things I never even did. Listen. Okay. I've known of 10 and 15 people. I've known of groups of people that have lied on the police where we had video and had to threaten to charge people with obstruction because they all got together and lied on the police. I'm not saying they're not lying. I'm not saying they are lying. Right. What I'm saying is we need to wait until we get information to confirm that. But just because 20 people tell me something, that don't mean nothing. So let's not go around saying that these Ohio cops assassinated somebody. And we don't know that they did.
Well,
get some information.
They did.
We're not in Ohio. We ain't in Ohio. We're not in Ohio. Are we in Ohio?
But they done Tamil rights the same way.
Are we in Ohio?
Tamil rights the same way.
Are we in Ohio?
No, we're not. But we got.
Thank you.
But we got.
So that's it.
Ohio cops.
So we got to follow. That don't make no sense at all. We're in Wisconsin, and they got to follow Wisconsin law when they're in Wisconsin. So what are you talking about? Let's do to them what we want done to anybody who's involved, unfortunately, in a shooting. And let's investigate the thing. Come on, man.
Sure,
you want to be investigated?
They love the.
But we're not in Ohio. What do you mean they keep doing?
But they do. But what they do in Ohio is shoot first.
See, he stopped.
Question. That's what they do there.
All right.
Shoot first and act. That's how they done to male rights. They just shot him. They didn't ask no question. They just shot that 13-year-old boy. Okay?
All right.
So that's how they train.
Thank you much. That's not how they train, but okay. Thank you much. I appreciate it.
Don't you love when people comment on police work, Doc?
I don't get how you comment on police work when if we can have Brian hang on, I'm gonna go to break. But I don't know how you like comment on he must have been in law enforcement for at least 30 years.
When the 15 people were witnesses to what happened, wouldn't there be some cell phone video, even if there was an interaction, if there were people saying?
And wouldn't it be all over the social media?
You would think so.
Okay.
All right.
But now we got 15 people who then just miraculously came up with the same story about uniform. Okay.
Well, Al said it was 8 people. Then this guy said he was shot 7 times. So I guess
and then JS Online says it was 5 cops.
We need to get the math straight. This math ain't mathing.
Yes, it is. That's the way we teach it in school now.
Oh, this is Republican
been MPS
math.
Lately?
That's what it is.
That ain't Republican math.
Yes, it is. It's RNC math.
RNC math is 1 + 1 is 2.
Actually, 1 + 1 is 7 votes. That's technically what it is. It's actually
only if you're in Illinois.
All right, fair enough.
Only if you're in Illinois. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. When we come back, we got Brian on the line. I've been remiss and haven't even checked the talk and text line. I'm afraid.
It might have some additional information we're looking for about the shooting.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon live from the RNC.
More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris live from the Republican National Convention returns next on the award-winning 1017 The Truth app, 1017thetruth.com, and streaming live on YouTube.
This is Sherwin Hughes from The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. And Truth Nation, you can now watch my show live on YouTube every day from 9 a.m. until noon. Yep, you can get 3 full hours of watching Sherwin doing his thing streaming live on YouTube Monday through Friday. You'll get the same insightful conversations about policy, politics, and lifestyle while also seeing my reaction to the unpredictability of our listeners. So go to YouTube right now and subscribe to 1017 The Truth and see this wonderful smile live every day.
The Empowerment Small Business Loan Program, we're talking about up to $5 million, which for small business owners, we need that. That's like payroll, that's resources. So can you just let us know, what is the program and why is this lending program so important to Old National Bank?
Years ago, our CEO, Jim Ryan, this program is his brainchild. He was working with Roland Shelton, who you know, Denise, out of Evansville, and they identified that African-American business owners, Hispanic business owners, Native American business owners, as well as women business owners had a difficult time in obtaining financing from the traditional credit partners. And so we went out, created a program, launched it last year, 2023. And so far last year, we have helped over 100 successful minority and women-owned businesses with about $25 million in loans. We've already started this year with almost $8 million in approvals, again, geared toward minority business owners and women business owners that normally had difficulties in obtaining traditional credit finance.
Donald Driver and Cousin Subs are teeing up to offer you a chance to win a golf experience of a lifetime. From June 10th to July 21st, you can enter to win a foursome in the 4th Annual Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame golf outing at the Brute Golf Course in Lake Geneva on July 29th. The grand prize winner will also get a VIP meet and greet with Double D himself, breakfast and lunch, and 4 $100 Cousins gift cards. Enter today at cousinsubs.com/drive to win.
Connie's Compassionate Care is a Wisconsin Medicaid Badger Care Plus benefit program designed to help pregnant women retain the support and services needed to have a healthy baby, from medical appointments, transportation, and health education support. So, if you or anyone you know can benefit from our agency, call 414-550-7521 to speak with Lasagna. Connie's Compassionate Care has got you covered.
The Brewers Sunday Fun Day Bundle is your new way to brunch this summer. Get tickets, food, beverages, and parking for up to 15 people, starting at $62. Get yours at brewers.com/funday.
How much does it cost to talk to Gruber Law Offices after a serious accident? It's free. Yes, free, as in it won't cost you anything to speak with us. There's never a fee until we win your case. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris, live from the Republican National Convention on the award-winning 1017 The Truth app, 1017thetruth.com, and streaming live on YouTube.
Back to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. Live from the RNC. My special guest, Sherwin Hughes is here.
Okay, so let's try it. Repeat after me. My name is Dr. Ken Harris.
Dr. Ken Harris.
But I'm really Sherwin Hughes.
But I'm really Dr. Ken Harris.
I'm really Sherwin Hughes.
And people can't even really tell who's talking right now.
They can, because they know you're an idiot.
833-212.
Every time you mock me, you're an idiot.
1017. Ken, I like hanging out with you. The way you handle your callers is very unique. Only you can handle them that way.
Why is that?
I don't know. I think just the way that you interact with them, especially when you know that they are wrong. And instead of just, like, if I know somebody's wrong, I get so frustrated, I hang up on them.
I know, but I
them in their wrongness.
But I get hollered at for hanging up on people, so I don't really know what that's about.
You have to sometimes.
Nobody loves me anymore.
They leave us no choice. When we hang up on people, it hurts us more than it hurts them.
Yep. Brian, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. What do you want? Brian, turn your radio down.
Brian thinks the earth is flat. Did you know that?
Brian going once, Brian going twice. Okay, yeah. Brian's gone.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Well, now I can. What do you want?
Hello?
What's up? Yeah, what's up? How's it going?
No, I was going to ask you if there was any video in that particular area when the shooting went down. That is, I
don't know. There probably is. See, that's what I don't understand. I don't know if that welfare building is open anymore, but I know it's by an MPS facility.
And King Park is right there too.
And King Park is right there. But part of the issue is, you don't think between then and now you wouldn't have had like 1 billion people put their video on on YouTube and WhatsApp and Snapchat? Yeah, okay. So did it really happen? And was it really shot in the back, or?
What happened
I'm going to wait to hear from it.
What happens to non-lethal efforts?
Because if you have a knife, we don't use stun guns on people with knives because they can still kill us. We are by.
What you going to do? Throw it?
No.
You mean so that if they throw the knife, it's going to hit one of them?
Okay. Have you ever been stabbed with a knife before?
Yeah, everybody's been cut with something at some point in time in their life.
Not everybody, but
a person with a knife can deliver a stab like 30 feet in 1.7 seconds. Like, people underestimate how lethal a knife can
this whole tour drill, we used to believe that if they're within 20 feet, dude, you can shoot somebody.
It takes 5
and they can
people
still
to
run
shoot
at you.
somebody.
Listen to what I'm saying. That's not what I said. You don't know what it took. And don't ever question a decision that somebody.
The news outlet said it took 5 people to kill one man.
Don't ever question when you don't know what the circumstances are. I would. I'm not going to tell you what you do.
There would be no circumstance.
I would never question. That's a lie.
Shoot at one person.
That's a
overkill.
Lie. That is not true.
That's
you don't know. Have you ever been a cop before?
I've seen plenty of it.
It
doesn't take 5 people. Doesn't take 5 cops to stop one person.
Okay.
There were lawsuits for stuff like that.
You have no idea what you're talking about.
Remember the young guy that got.
Stop giving me examples because every single thing is different. Every single thing is different. Every one has its own set of circumstances. You can't look at A and X. You can't. I don't know, don't care, because I wasn't there. We'll wait for the investigation to come out.
Okay. Well, we're speaking hypotheticals anyway.
I'm not speaking hypothetical. You are.
The bottom line is that's where cops need to be railed in. It doesn't take 50 and those Ohio cops are probably the same type of cops that shot that guy 69 times. Do you think shooting a person 69 times is justifiable?
You think it's okay for you to allow your community to shoot, rob, kill, and rape, and tear up cars and steal stuff and put trash all over the place? Is that okay? Because you seem to be able to do all that. No. You're missing the point. You're missing the point.
The point is, one person that got
you can't. Okay, he's not going to listen. Thank you, Brian. Have a good day. See, he's not going to listen. If you're not going to listen, I'm not going to talk to you.
It's got to be tough being a former police officer and then you talk to people that think that they know law enforcement, all these different situations. Because I totally agree with you. Like, people do not know what the situation is like and they compare it to another case. Right. Well, there was that thing that happened in Michigan in 1971, you know.
Right.
And every case is very different. I'm like everybody else. You know, I do have my suspicions, but I also know that you have to wait for the investigation because media reports are wrong, eyewitness reports are wrong. Let's just wait and
totally. For instance. Husband kills wife in domestic violence dispute. A. B. Husband kills wife in domestic violence dispute. Sounds the same, right?
Right.
Both of them should go to jail. Only one went to jail. Why is that?
You tell me, Doc.
Because you already made the assumption that both of them were guilty because they killed their wives.
Oh.
One of them actually killed his wife. The second one killed his wife after she stabbed him 5 times and tried to electrocute him.
Sounds like self-defense to me.
So now it's self-defense, and then he kills her, and then he calls 911.
But then it's still man kills
But when you look at it, man kills wife, domestic violence is up, right? We don't know any details. We don't have any information, but we make the assumption, and we connect dots that aren't even near each other. That's like trying to plug a lamp into a rock. Like, it's just not going to happen. But yet, people think they know.
I think because people have seen these worst case scenarios when it comes to an officer involved shooting, they automatically think that the next incident they hear about is going to be like the worst case scenario that they remember from whatever happened.
Now, somebody just put in the talking text line, somebody put the welfare building is being used as a drop-off center for the homeless. And then, of course, Draco said those cops do not use common sense. You don't know that. You have no idea what the elements of that of that whole issue was. You have no idea. I'm glad people don't second guess me and armchair quarterback me and start talking about, well, oh, he should have did this or he didn't do that, and they weren't even there. Like, they have no clue.
There's always going to be some of that. People will tell you what they would have done if they were there, knowing if you were there, everything, your adrenaline is running. You know, there's a whole bunch of things that are going on.
And in your mind, if you think somebody's going to kill you and you kill them, right, and what the law says you can do, people don't want to hear that. They want common sense law. You slapped me, so I slapped you back. You died. Oh, well, like, that's common sense law. That's actually manslaughter.
Well, we hope nobody dies from a slap. We don't.
I hope not, but guess what? When you fall and hit your head because somebody slapped you.
Would they charge for that? If I slap somebody back and they fall? And
depends on the totality of the circumstance.
Because I've seen, arguments and heard of bar fights. Somebody pushes somebody, he punches them back. Guy slips on the ice, cracks his head, and that's a homicide.
And it shouldn't be.
All right.
Just because it's charged a homicide, the DA is usually smart enough to go,
Bottom line is, don't punch anybody in a bar fight.
Don't punch nobody in a bar fight. Learn how to walk away.
That's right.
And wait till you get all of the information about an actual crime before you do. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Top 5 at 5 up next if Sherwin's not here, but who knows? We'll be right back.
Truth Nation!
And all our juicy jammers out there.
Make certain that you tap into Jam with Juice each and every day so you can quench your thirst.
That is right. You already know you can sip on us every single day, like Benjamin said, from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. But that's not all, y'all.
Catch us exclusively on YouTube for our 6 to 7 show.
Yep, only on Thursdays.
Catch Jamming with Juice each and every day on 101.7 The Truth.
Now sip on that.
101.7 The Truth and Associated Bank have teamed up for our Black-owned business give back. Each quarter, we'll be giving away $6,000 worth of free commercial advertising for 3 months to 5 Black businesses. To sign up for your business's chance to win $6,000 of commercial campaign marketing on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth, visit blackbusinessgiveback.com. That's blackbusinessgiveback.com. Let's rebuild our community's backbone through exposure on the truth. For official rules, head to blackbusinessgiveback.com. Associated Bank, member FDIC.
Research shows that high-quality teachers have the greatest impact on student success during the school day. By shaping their students, they are shaping the future. Yet while actors have Oscars, musicians have Grammys, and athletes have gold medals, exemplary educators who prepare every profession are just not recognized enough. The Milken Educator Awards set out to change that by surprising outstanding educators across the nation with $25,000 prizes and providing a platform to celebrate, elevate, and activate the profession.
Erica Stevens!
The awards were created by Lowell Milken of the national nonprofit Milken Family Foundation. The journey to surprising the 3,000th Milken Educator is in full swing. Who will be next?
Honey, they chose me.
Celebrate teachers, value teachers, thank teachers.
My name is Ariel. When I arrived in the U.S. at 19, I struggled to find job opportunities without my high school diploma. My entire life changed when I took a chance and got my high school diploma at age 22. Everything I have, my education, my career, my marriage, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and my teachers. They were with me every step of the way, helping with my English and math, making sure I pushed through all the challenges.
Ariel, your success proves that what I'm doing as a teacher has real meaning.
It was an honor helping you achieve your greatness. Now you're helping others achieve theirs. It inspires me.
Education was the key that unlocked all my opportunities.
When you graduate, they graduate. Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
You are listening to the home of Milwaukee's realest conversations. 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what, because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Music to my ears. All right. So, Sherwin, you gonna hang around for my top 5 at 5?
Yeah, I think I will.
You sure?
Sure.
You sure? That's kind of scary on your part.
I've never been in a top 5 at 5. I listen to the top 5 at 5. But I've never been technically in studio or on air.
In studio, on air.
Top 5.
All right, Jason, let's start it.
Number 5.
Well, we are here at the RNC, as you can tell, because like John McCure and Greg Hill and Jessica are all running off at the mouth. You hear them talking in the background because they're making so much noise because they're playing news, and I'm talking about real news. Mm-hmm. Now, you know, should I get them? Being at the RNC, should I get them?
Sure.
And so you got people like John McCure who are standing there while I'm doing my show live, and they're doing and chopping it up. And we're going to be on at 6 o'clock, so make sure you check it out. But, you know, I got to call him out because I really want to steal the jacket he's wearing, but, you know, I'm trying to figure out if we fit the right.
It's a good jacket.
But just, you know, all the things that are going on, it's a constant, never-ending, always working, always. And it's weird because you find yourself, as Sherwin will tell you, which is a rarity, that he actually stays past 12 noon.
I don't need to. You know, I don't. The way that I broadcast and the things that I'm involved with, Good Karma Brands, 99% of my work is done by noon. I do a lot of my work before my show starts at 9 o'clock. I put on the best show that I possibly can, and then I'm done. I leave it all on the field at 12. I don't stick around. If I have meetings or if there's other things to do, well, yeah, I'll stick around. But a lot of that stuff I can do from home. I'm efficient with my time, Dr. Ken.
You done?
No.
Oh, okay.
Just saying I don't need to stick around. Every now and again I will.
And he stuck around for day 2 of the 2024 Republican National Convention here in Milwaukee. It wasn't as bad. Yesterday it took me 2 hours. I got here 10:52. I literally got into the station at 12:52. I was a little taken aback. It took me 2 hours to get in. Made it a point not to drink anything and not to eat because I was going to be in line and I didn't know how long I would be in line.
Well, and the other thing is because you got a 2-hour show, I got a 3-hour show. I don't have.
You ain't got to keep reminding me.
Well, no, I'm just saying I can't go to the restroom.
They gave you all the time. Why not?
Because the amount of time it takes to go to the restroom and come back is my breaks are 3 minutes. So I was told that it would take a round trip because somebody timed it. A round trip to the bathroom is 5 minutes. So I can't use the bathroom during my show.
So what you can do is you have a show opening, right?
I do.
How long is it?
A minute and 40 seconds.
See, we all got like 2.5 minute opens.
Yeah, but you guys play your opens at the top of every hour. I don't do that.
Well, that's your problem.
No, it's not my
problem.
problem.
Maybe you should start going to the bathroom and play your open at the top of the hour. That'll give you more time.
First of all, I'm a big boy. I can hold my going to the bathroom.
You can't. You just complained about it on international because this is going to be on Spotify.
But my show open only plays when my show opens, not every hour. Y'all just milking time. Tori's intro is 13 minutes long.
Dude, I can't tell when it's Tori talking or his intro, and then I find out it's his intro.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude.
It's a whole nother show.
Like, it's a whole other show.
But that's a part of, how Tori does his broadcast.
All right, let's move on.
Number 4.
A federal judge overseeing, y'all know Sherwin gonna have something to say about this. So a federal judge overseeing the case alleging former President Donald Trump mishandled sensitive documents, government documents after leaving the White House, has been dismissed, and the charges against him and his 2 co-defendants. U.S. District Judge Eileen Cannon said in a 93-page order that she's granted Trump's bid to dismiss the indictment based on the unlawful funding and appointment of special counsel Jack Smith, who brought charges against the former president. Bottom line is this. The appointments clause is a critical constitutional restriction stemming from the separation of powers, and it gives to Congress a considered role in determining the propriety of vesting appointment powers for inferior officers, wrote Cannon, who was appointed to the bench by Trump. The special counsel's position effectively usurps that important legislative authority, transferring it to the head of a department, and in the process threatening the structural liberty inherent in the separation of powers. And so what that means, what I interpret that to mean, is that the wrong person funded it, the Justice Department, when in fact those special powers are only by statute and only by a legislative body who can make law, which is Congress.
I think that's a reasonable assessment, but I don't think that the Justice Department would take on such a high-profile case without the necessary statutory authority to be able to do so. Well, here's the other thing. Her ruling can be, there can be a stay on that ruling. They can file an appeal in another district, in another jurisdiction. They can put a stay on her ruling.
And then it'll go to the Supreme Court, it'll get fast-tracked, and it'll be told no.
Yeah, we'll see.
And so the problem is this.
I find it odd.
I find it odd because this administration has skipped, sometimes to its own detriment, the way things are supposed to be done. Take it, albeit good, school loans. You know you don't have the power to deal with school loans. That's a legislative issue, but you decided you wanted to just do it, and then every time you do it, they find it unconstitutional.
So here's the thing. Joe Biden needs to file an appeal because now he was acting in his capacity as president and the duties outlined by the U.S. Constitution that creates the executive branch, and the Department of Education is in the purview of the executive branch. And per the most recent Supreme Court ruling, if you are acting in your constitutional duties outlined by the U.S. Constitution, you have got full power and jurisdiction in anything relating to the executive branch, and the Department of Education is an executive department.
Anything that stops money coming into and out of the government has to go through the Ways and Means Committee in Congress, number one. Number two, Sally Mae is not attached to the Department of Education. That's financial. Anything that legislates finance has to come from Congress, not the executive branch.
Well, I think the student loans need to be forgiven.
Oh, I do too. I'm
going to leave it there.
And mine were forgiven, God.
See, look at that. Imagine that. You got in at
Didn't have nothing to do with him. I'd put
public service out of
public service.
Yeah, but isn't it interesting that the Biden administration put that program together in any other?
No, they didn't. Public service?
The public service student loan forgiveness?
That's been out for 30 years.
No, I didn't know that.
Where you been?
I'm trying to give. Well, I'm not a public service person.
You're not a public servant.
I didn't live off of the government teeth.
One of the reasons I went to school.
What?
Are we on YouTube? Are we on YouTube? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe you said that.
What? I'm just kidding.
I cannot believe you just. I cannot.
Public service employees are wonderful people. They do a great public service. And clearly, judging by the callers we've heard today, everybody loves the police.
Yeah.
They're the best public servants we ever could have.
All right, I think we need to hurry up and move on to number 3.
Number 3.
Was he awake?
Was who awake?
He was awake? Think Jason was awake?
Probably not. Why do I hear Zach?
Who is it? Who is this?
That's not Jason.
Who's my producer today? He's not going to tell me? Yeah, it is Jason.
We just heard.
Okay. It's Jason. Sherwin is hearing things.
I am.
I'm
around these Republicans. I've been around too many Republicans for the last couple of days. It's starting to mess with my hearing. And my ability to tell the truth is now altered because I've been hanging out with the Republicans. The sky is not actually blue.
The coalition to march on the RNC filled the streets of Milwaukee yesterday. Thousands of people marched. You saw them march past here. They marched outside 3rd and Wisconsin. You saw them marching. The march opposed the convention and the GOP, and the group focuses on issues like immigration and reproductive rights. I still don't know what that is. And stood firm in their support for Palestine as the conflict with Israel continues. So, to understand, to see if our city is saying no to Republicans, no to this convention, and no to Donald Trump in 2024 is empowering and inspiring, and I'm motivated to do this work. So here's my question. When you just march, and that's all you did is march, what does that do?
Gets attention. Maybe it brings awareness.
I don't think that's ever changed anything in the entire world.
Sure, there's this thing called the Civil Rights Movement. A lot of that was marching. But no, it does. It brings awareness. It shows unity and cohesiveness behind an issue, right? Now, it's not the only tool. And here's the thing. I am not in favor of the methods and the means in which they protested, because I did see a piece of the march when I was leaving the RNC event perimeter yesterday. There were more Palestinian flags than any other nation represented. Correct. That's problematic. If you're going to fly a flag, fly an American flag or don't fly a flag at all, because it looked like something.
Yeah, it looks like somebody usurped your authority and now you're speaking for them.
If the point was to march on the RNC, which is what the group called itself, there was more Palestinian flags than there was anything else. So I think that confuses the message they're trying to convey. And forgive the student loans. Just going to throw that in there, too.
Keep it up. You're going to call in every day to do my top 5 at 5. You better be careful. We're going to move on to number 2.
Number 2.
A Greenfield woman is facing this disturbed me the other day, because as I read the story, it didn't make any sense to me. Now it does. A Greenfield woman is facing homicide by intoxicated use of motor vehicle charges from a crash last Friday. You'll remember this because it killed a guy at 11 o'clock Thursday night waiting for a bus.
Okay.
According to the criminal complaint filed yesterday, 57-year-old Dimitri Boone was waiting at the stop near 91st and Hampton after work at 11 p.m. 24-year-old Alma Espino of Greenfield lost control of her car and crashed, striking Boone. So, investigators said Espino's blood alcohol concentration was more than twice the legal limit of 0.08. Espino was traveling more than 70 miles an hour when witnesses say she drove onto the sidewalk, struck a fence, then hit Boone, flipped twice, and then hit other vehicles. Speed limit on 91st Street is
35, 40 maybe.
35.
Okay. That's unfortunate. That's horrible. It's dreadful. I wonder how many other DWIs she has on her record.
That's interesting. But now she's facing 2 charges of homicide by intoxicated use of a motor vehicle, punishable by up to $100,000 or 25 years in prison. I opt for the $100,000 and 25 years in prison. I mean, nobody asked me.
No, they did not. But it sounds reasonable.
You know, it's top 5 at 5, and so I think it's the perfect time for me to give my input. Moving on to
number 1.
Well, we've been talking about it all day, and there's not a lot of information, but an Ohio police officer was involved in a shooting. We have reported by JS Online up to 5 officers have now been included. It has not been confirmed officially by a police source. However, they're reporting that multiple police sources, at least 3, have given them information that stated that 5 Columbus, Ohio police officers shot and killed a person. We also have it from the talk and text line that area, that building, is used to house the homeless during the DNC, because I guess they have to take them somewhere. Because, you know, at night they come in and they come out and they kind of populate everywhere and go to sleep. But then in the morning they're kind of, hey, we need to move you on and go have a nice time, and we got some place for you. So I guess they take them to a nice, place to get cool. And
the Marsha Cogs Welfare Building, which is on 12th and Lee, but then you have the King Center, which is 15th and Vliet, just west of the Marcia Coggs Center. So somewhere between those two venues, the incident took place. That much we know.
And then we know that the two people were fighting, and one of them allegedly had a knife. 2 homeless men.
We know the medical examiner was called. These are facts that we know for sure. And we're hearing that there were 5 officers and not 8, like an earlier caller said there was.
It's probably 12.
Okay, or maybe 52.
Yeah.
Is that Republican math? RNC math. That electoral Republican.
Why is it Republican math? I don't understand.
Because they don't count votes like normal people.
You're right, and Democrats don't even go to school.
Democrats
are
very smart. You know, I just read a statistic today that right now the Democrats have more registered Democrats, and people that identify as Democrats have higher levels of education than current Republicans.
That would make sense because it's more of them?
Not necessarily. The Republican Party now it's older, it's whiter, and it's less educated, which I think explains some of the stances and some of the candidates that they support. But we're not talking about that.
Have you seen older and whiter and less educated here at the RNC?
Well, this is different. This is
not. Come on. You always have
delegates and donors and people that are involved in party politics at this level. This is not. Your average Republican voter lives in northern Alabama. And they're southern, they're rural. Metropolitan areas are more Democratic. Doc, you know that.
Hillbilly Elegy.
There you go. That's J.D. Vance's book. Apparently it's good.
So why do you think he chose okay, so we're done with the top 5 and 5, but why do you think he chose a 39-year-old?
He is the next generation of not just the Republican Party, but I think an extension of Donald Trump's specific view of policies. He's the next generation of MAGA. He's also from Ohio, very, very important state. Now, Ohio's going to go to Donald Trump, but I think it makes a lot of sense to have somebody from the Midwest to be on his ticket. And J.D. Vance.
Because all those states are in the Midwest with the exception of Arizona.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I think Donald Trump likes the fact that J.D. Vance is a convert, because he said in 2016 he didn't like Donald Trump. Donald Trump was a fraud. He said he even considered voting for Hillary Clinton. This is what J.D. Vance said. Yep. And so the surrogate that I talked to this morning said J.D. Vance is a perfect case study, because now he can travel to different parts of the country and say, hey, you know what? I wasn't a Donald Trump person either, but here's why I have now converted. So they're going to use it on the campaign trail. In fact, they were using it today with surrogates this morning.
Yeah. It'll be interesting,
to say the least.
It'll be interesting to hear. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. I am saddled. Is that a word?
I suppose.
Shackled?
Not shackled.
We're not in the bottom of a boat, are we? With Sherwin Hughes, the host of The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. You can listen to Monday through Friday from 9 till 12 noon. I'm still salty he got 1 more hour than me, but nobody asked me.
But your show gets replayed more than mine.
UTMJ 5-day forecast tonight, partly cloudy, low 60.
I don't know whether to point to go to break or punch, or which one I do.
You cops are violent. I think it was 17 cops that shot that homeless man. Go to break.
That's why they were from Ohio.
More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris, live from the Republican National Convention, returns next on the award-winning 1017 The Truth app, 1017thetruth.com, and streaming live on YouTube.
It's that time of the year, Truth Nation, for our Truth Walk Against Violence. Violence is a problem which impacts all of us, but together we can make a difference. This is why I need you to join me and the Truth team on Saturday, July 20th from 8:30 a.m. to noon for our second annual Walk Against Violence. Food will be provided by Cousin Subs. Join our Walk Against Violence Saturday, July 20th. Visit 1017thetruth.com to sign up today. Together, we can bring an end to violence. The Truth Walk Against Violence is sponsored by Cousin Subs. Better bread, better subs, Cousin Subs.
Have you ever said, I'd like to do something different for a change? I'm tired of doing the same old, same old. Well, the Wisconsin Black Chamber invites all wine lovers and those who want to spend a Saturday doing something different to the Black Winemakers Chicago Day Trip, Saturday, July 20th, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. We meet at the Black Chamber building located at 2900 West Vliet and head to Chicago for a day of winemaking, eating, drinking, fun, and laughter. It's an experience you won't forget, especially since there's plenty of photo ops. Grab a couple friends and create some memories. Visit our website, twbcc.com, to register. You can register for the July 20th or August 31st class right now. Don't wait, classes fill up fast. The Wisconsin Black Chamber is still doing the most. Visit twbcc.com to keep up with what we have going on.
It's your boy, Tory Lowe from The Tory Lowe Show. Tap in for that action. Listen to The Truth all day, every day by downloading the Truth app or stream on Spotify, TuneIn, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or Stitcher.
Associated Bank knows your small business isn't just a venture. It's your dream and a vital part of the community. And we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We're looking out for you. That's why Associated Bank offers quick online applications and approvals with funding in as fast as 1 business day, checking with no minimum balances or maintenance fees, and prompt customer service. Explore our products at associatedbank.com/business or visit a branch for more details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Wisconsin State Fair is almost here. Are you ready for it? Snag your discounted admission tickets and more by July 26th. Don't forget your fair favorites like bargain books, cream puffs, Spin City Ride and game tickets, and the Wonder Fair wheel. Time's running out faster than a racing pig, so start planning your day. Feel good at the Wisconsin State Fair, presented by U.S. Cellular, August 1st through 11th.
Saving energy and money is easier than you think. Here are 2 simple things you can do to reduce your energy use and lower your energy bill. Use thermal curtains to reduce each room's energy loss by up to 25%, and make sure vents aren't blocked by furniture or rugs to improve airflow and comfort. Simple, smart savings. Get more energy-saving tips at WeEnergies.com.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris, live from the Republican National Convention on the award-winning 1017 The Truth app, 1017thetruth.com, and streaming live on YouTube.
Yo, this is Queen Latifah, bringing a song to you about a place you might live. In case you don't understand, it's called New Jack City.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. I'm still here, stuck. It's like the song, Stuck in the Middle with You.
It's a good song. It's by some, I don't know who it's by. It's in the soundtrack of Reservoir Dogs.
Wow.
It is.
I've never seen that movie.
Quentin Tarantino's first one.
Yep. I don't like Quentin Tarantino.
He ain't fond of you either, probably.
I know. You don't even know me.
Exactly.
Right.
You don't know him either.
833-212-101. Let me hit these talking texts because, let's see. It doesn't take 5 shots to stop one person with a knife, period. You don't know that. I've been in that instance. Sometimes it takes, like, we have this thing in our mind that when you shoot somebody, they just die.
Yeah, and I've also heard, well, why can't you just shoot him in the kneecap? That means that we have zero...
While I'm still stabbing you and you shot me in the knee.
Common sense. I even took a call that they were talking about the assassination attempt on former President Trump. Why didn't they just shoot the sniper to injure him so they could arrest him and question him? I was like, are you, someone with a clear shot of the president's head from 140 yards, you're going to shoot to injure him? You could have kept shooting.
And the largest part of his body is what? His head.
Now, the protocol was very unusual because the president should not have been allowed to pump his fist in the air and expose his head again, because even though they said the shooter was down, you don't know how many shooters there are. It could have been 2 or 3 others.
Exactly. And how long did he spend on the stage after the shots were fired?
Too long.
94 seconds.
That's ridiculous.
Somebody's going to lose their job.
If you look at the assassination attempt on Ronald Reagan, 0.3 seconds he was ushered away in a vehicle. Immediately.
No. You're being very nice when you say ushered. They grabbed dude by his pants, and other people grabbed his legs in the front, and they threw him in the car, jumped in, and left.
But that's what we expect from Secret Service dignitary protection.
Well, that's not what we expect from young, older millennial who have no real institutional memory of Ronald Reagan. So they really can't, like, there's nothing to draw on. There's nobody there.
I had a woman of color. She's from Ohio. She's an RNC surrogate, and we talked about the assassination attempt on former President Trump. And this is an Indian woman. She said, well, that's because they hired the Secret Service director as a DEI hire, and that's why.
And that's dumb. That's just dumb.
And it came from a woman of color.
That's just dumb.
It said that, if she wasn't a diversity hire, then the Secret Service would be operating better.
Because when you think that the only time you can hire a black person or somebody that's non-white by DEI, it's stupid in and of itself, and you should probably lose whatever job you have.
Are we DEI hires, Dr. Ken?
Yes.
Okay. Just hurt my feelings a little bit.
No, we're not. Because the DEI hire would be somebody that you hire because they're black, period. You don't have to have radio experience. You don't have to have, you don't even have to want to do it, right? At least you want to do it. At least if you're new and you're getting into radio and you're starting a new radio station, you have people that say, you know what, I'm going to apply for that job. DEI is, hey, Sherman, we need you. I know you can't do it, but we need a nuclear physicist, so you're the guy.
No, I don't know.
And you're totally unqualified.
No, I don't know if no company would do that. You might want to.
I know. I'm being like the callers are. I'm being totally unreasonable.
You may give preference to a minority if you have 98% Caucasian.
Stop calling us minorities, by the way.
Whatever. Let's not do semantics. I'm trying to give an example here.
I'm not doing semantics. I'm doing actual. Okay. Minority is semantics.
You may have 13 white people applying for a job. You have 2 African Americans applying for a job. We know that those 13 other white people who've got great resumes can probably go get employment somewhere else. You may give preference to those African Americans because their options may be more limited.
I don't know, but I don't know if that's a reason.
Or let's say a business owner who has the right to want to have a diverse staff. Let's say a business is located in a majority black community, but they see that the majority of their staff at the business is white. Mm-hmm. That business owner may say, you know what, I want my staff to be much more reflective of the neighborhood in which our business is located. We want to hire more African American. And the business owner should.
But we also know in the instances of HBCUs where people have complained about that because they were upset at one time at Morehouse because they had a white valedictorian. And people said that shouldn't happen. I said, if you believe in merit, and if you think black people can stack themselves up against anybody else in the world, why wouldn't you have that? You yourself say diversity, equity, inclusion now only counts when the person's black?
No, absolutely. Because if I'm not mistaken, a Caucasian person can get a minority scholarship at a black college.
Right.
Or if we want to do a DEI hire at the truth, we'd hire somebody white because we're majority black. And if we want to diversify, we'd hire Julia Fellow. To have a show. Don't laugh at that. She's very good at black radio.
How do you know?
I don't know. She's done TV before. Maybe she's good at black radio.
Wow. You can always see us on TV.
What is black radio, Dr. Ken?
Hang on. Nick said, what would you say if it turns out the cops were in the wrong? I'm going to say the same thing that I always say. If those cops are in the wrong, they should have a trial. They should be charged, tried, and if they're found guilty, go to prison. Like, I don't understand what it is. What is it you think? I only support with the information and evidence I have, but I'm not going to trash because of innuendo and assumptions.
I've even heard you say that if cops do wrong, they should go to jail.
Hey, I don't get it. What's up, Doc? Sherwin should stay for a full hour. It's more entertaining when you have someone to talk to and play off of them. Sherwin should have a guest host also. See, there's a reason that we have our own show so we can talk and we don't have to talk off somebody else. So are you saying that Sherman and I alone are terrible? What exactly is it that you're saying?
I think that was a compliment. They appreciate the dynamic. I think sometimes my listeners get tired of just me. That's why they like hearing from Savanna and hearing from other people.
Dion said, this guy lost his life and you guys are making jokes about it. I didn't make any jokes. Did you make any jokes about it?
Not one.
That's your boy. I guess when you get to a certain level in life, you can look down on everyone else. Well, one, that's a pretty pious statement by you. And bottom line is, I'm speaking neutrally because I don't know. It is unfortunate that a person lost their life, but I'm not going to let somebody just spout off and make up stuff that they themselves don't even know about.
And sometimes with some people, and Dion is a malcontent. In fact, Dion's name is Dion the Non because he's a non-voter, but he always has these political, assessments, but doesn't even vote. But a lot of us, with our community, if we don't respond to something emotionally, then we're being insensitive.
Right.
So if you're not just like, oh my God, we're not saying it isn't terrible, but we're trying to argue whatever facts that we have about the case so far.
Just like the shooting with Donald Trump. Everything you heard in the beginning and everything by the end, it changed probably, 70%?
I've heard a bunch of things.
So I heard some stuff that was from my own family. That was probably fake.
Well, here's the other thing. So from Trump supporters, they responded emotionally to it as well. I heard some of the convention speeches last night. It was God and it was miraculous and Donald Trump. It was all emotional. Yeah. The shooter missed.
Yep.
That's what happened.
Dion, you're on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth.
Hey, I want to ask you a question, right? Can you hear me? Because you know I'm at work.
Okay. I don't know that, but
so
okay.
Anyway, no, I'm saying, though, because Sherwin would be like, you're talking through the Bluetooth. But anyway, though, so check it out, right? This is the thing. So do you think it's acceptable for out-of-state police to kill individuals in Milwaukee, Wisconsin?
I think that if someone, and I'm in an instance where I have to use deadly force anywhere in America, I don't know if I would, portion out the fact that they're from Ohio and you're in Wisconsin. Because what I hear you saying is that if I go to Ohio and somebody tries to jack me and I'm a cop, I shouldn't shoot them because I'm from out of state. Or I don't know, but we got to find out what happened with those guys. But I'm speaking for me. If I was a police officer and I was in Ohio and somebody tried to carjack me, should I not shoot them? Or should I say, I'm not going to shoot that person because I'm an out-of-state cop?
Well, from my understanding, from what you just read, I don't believe that the police were in any immediate danger.
You
so
can't
they
say
took
that.
something
You weren't
among
there.
themselves.
Oh, you don't know what you're talking about.
Hold on. You just no. I'm repeating what you said out your own mouth. You just said you read the report. You said that I guess this gentleman and another gentleman were in an altercation and a knife was brandished or something like that. Did you not say that?
I said that I had also heard, outside of the report that I read on JS Online, but I also had information that somebody had said that happened as well. I mentioned other things that people said they said happened, like there were 8 people, like 8 cops shot him, and they shot him in the back. And so those are just all the things that I heard. What I said is none of that can be confirmed because we haven't been told. So people being
I don't know. I don't take a neutral side.
It's not about
me myself. I don't take a neutral side when the police is involved in something.
How are you taking a side and you don't even know what happened? Like literally, you have no idea.
I'm going to tell you this, and this is my personal opinion, right? Whether you right or wrong or indifferent, I don't care. I'm riding with my black people. You feel what I'm saying? That's just me.
So even when they're
that's just me. I ain't gonna come up.
And so if they
wrong, they wrong.
But you're going to still ride with them, and I'm dead.
It is what it is.
Okay. All right.
It is what it is. That's just how I feel.
All right. That's a good one, Dion.
So I'm glad he doesn't vote. He'd make terrible decisions.
Like, really?
That's Dion, though. He's the neighborhood malcontent. He's always just angry or wants to.
But it'll change when it's somebody he knows or loves, and then
of course. I like asking people like that when they had to call the police. Oh, I called the police and they were wonderful and they helped me tremendously. But then if it's something they hear about, the cops are bad, whatever.
833-212-1017 is the number. He's Sherwin Hughes. I'm Dr. Ken Harris. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. We are live from the 2024 RNC.
More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris, live from the Republican National Convention, returns next on the award-winning 1017 The Truth app, 1017thetruth.com, and streaming live on YouTube. It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the new 1017 The Truth. Here is Sherwin Hughes with his truth.
I think you're spoiled. You have too many choices. We sometimes forget that having choice is a luxury. I can remember when I was a little kid, I either ate what my mother cooked for dinner or I starved. I didn't have the luxury of choice. Now we can choose anything and everything. We can choose which apps we want to be a part of. We can go and pick a new mate. We can decide what food we want to order. We have an unlimited amount of choice, and I think that we forget that choice is a luxury. You are either a winner or you're a loser. You're either going up or you're going down. You're either free or a slave. You are either woke or you are asleep. Those are called binary choices, and it's tough for people to understand just having two choices in a world that inundates us with unlimited choice. I know you don't like the candidates that are on your ballot come November. Guess what? They probably don't like you either. But you only have a binary choice. You either want this country to excel and succeed and explore new industries and be honest and fair about racial inequity. You either believe in climate change or you don't. You believe in democracy or you don't. You want a country that will do whatever it can to help people, all people, regardless of gender identity, regardless of national origin, or you want to take the low road and vote for the person that only wants to help himself with no regard for anyone else. Choice is a luxury. Unfortunately, too many of us forget that it's a luxury. Binary choice is all you have in November. I hope you choose wisely.
This has been Truth Takes on the new 1017 The Truth. Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Hey, Wisconsin, it's construction season, and the Wisconsin DOT wants to help you safely navigate work zones in your area. Check 511wi.gov or download the free 511 app to see current road work, closures, detours, and camera views on your route. Wherever your travels take you, know before you go with 511wi.gov. That's 511wi.gov. And remember, know before you go. Always park the phone while driving. Sponsored by the Wisconsin DOT.
Brewers 5 County Fridays are now Wisconsin First Fridays. All Wisconsin residents get half off Brewers tickets at the first Friday home game of each month. Check out the schedule and get yours at brewers.com/Wisconsin Fridays.
I feel so stuck.
The Veterans Crisis Line is here for you. Dial 988, then press 1 to call.
Seriously injured? Make one call. That's all.
Eastbound 94, we've got an accident at Elmhurst Road that's got a lane blocked. That's going to tie you up all the way back to Highway 83. The right lane is blocked with that one. And then we've also got an issue on 41 southbound, south of Hampton Avenue, just before Capitol Drive. Left lane blocked with another crash there. Southbound 43 is also backed up from before Hampton Avenue all the way down past Keefe. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, mainly clear, a low of 63. Then tomorrow, mostly sunny and pleasant, isolated afternoon shower with a high of 77. For the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 1017 The Truth.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Alex Tellez. Over in baseball, the Milwaukee Brewers had a big win heading into All-Star Week, beating the Washington Nationals in Milwaukee 9-3 on Sunday. They get a long break with their next game being on Saturday in Minnesota versus the Twins. The Brewers head into the All-Star break with a first-place division lead of 4.5 games over the St. Louis Cardinals. MLB All-Star Week gets kicked off with the Home Run Derby this Monday night at 7. Over in basketball, the Milwaukee Bucks Summer League team fell to 0-2 after Sunday's 112-81 loss versus the Cavs. They are back in action on Tuesday versus the Clippers at 9. And finally, we are officially 1 week away from the Packers' first training camp practice next Monday, July 22nd. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown team's member, FDIC.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris, live from the Republican National Convention on the award-winning 1017 The Truth app, 1017thetruth.com, and streaming live on YouTube.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Feels like Truth in the Morning because Sherwin Hughes is here.
It's very different doing radio in the afternoon.
Yes, it is.
Even here at the RNC, the vibe is different. The people are different. Yep. Can I tell you something I noticed, Doc?
What'd you notice, Doc?
Republican women have the largest wedding rings I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yes, they do.
Tax cuts do them good. Gigantic.
See them Gucci shoes and Christian Dior?
Like I said earlier, this is not your average Republican voter here. This is the well-money.
First of all, you got to have some loot to even come here to sign up to be a delegate and pay and all that. So it's, being a delegate is not a poor thing. Like, you can't be poor and be a delegate.
Airbnbs and people renting their houses out for thousands of
dollars a week. That's and they just pay it. They don't even think about it. They be like, dude, we got one for 10. Oh, no, that one's for 11. That's my Sherwin voice. I don't know, that one's for 11. Okay, we'll just take the $10,000 one. Like, really?
Sounds just like me, Doc. Perfect.
Like $1,000 a day? What?
Dropping the well for these people.
And you're not going to be there.
The RNC actually raised like $85 million for this affair. That's not a small sum.
You also know that the government gives them money.
There were some grants for security.
Right. So,
but that's what they raised. This event cost probably several $100 million, all told, all in.
Right. I think it's a little much. That's just me. I think it's a little much.
Oh, this is the most excessive thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
For instance, Fox 6 News, Fox Local. They're over in the FiServ broadcasting in the morning. They got their own suite. So what are we doing that for?
You got broadcasters in the Baird Center, here at the Panther Arena. CNN has all of Turner Hall to themselves.
Right.
This is a major, major affair, but I think it's really, really good for the city, even though I may not agree with the politics of things. I got conspiracy theorists coming on my show.
But nobody agrees with everybody's politics.
That's true.
I always just be like, take from each party what you can get that'll help you enroll.
I'm taking the opportunity to interview people that I otherwise never would.
You'd never see them.
Yeah.
Ever see them.
People yelled at me because I wasn't mean to a Trump supporter today. I was like, I'm not going to change their mind. I want folks to hear how certain folks, how they think. I'm not going to interrupt them. I want them to tell their truth on how they feel about the issues, and I don't need to challenge them.
And 85-90% of the time, everybody comes to the same conclusion. We're in the 10%. I'm sorry. Yeah, we're in that 10% space where we disagree about this, but the other 90% about all the political stuff and all the issues and food and health and all that, everybody agreed.
That was cool.
But instead of staying there, and now there are fundamental differences between the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. There are fundamental beliefs. The problem is I think we've lost civility.
We have.
We've lost the ability to say, you know what, Sherman, I disagree with you, but I'm hungry. When we're going to get some meat, right? I hate you, and I'm going to shoot you, right? Because I don't think anybody else should hear what you have to say because you're that wrong. And it just makes no sense to me.
That is fundamentally undemocratic.
Yep.
If you keep an issue on the issue and talk about the merits of why you disagree, totally fair. But if you want to silence somebody, if you want to harm them because they disagree, well, then that's not where we should be.
If the Democratic Party believed in democracy, which drives me crazy when I hear them say, we're going to save the democracy, but why weren't you saving it when we were slaves, when we had crime and we had all these things in our community? We're going to be...
Bit of a false equivalency.
Hang on, because I didn't give you the other equivalency. Did I give you the other equivalency? No.
You better make up for the one you just gave.
But I don't have to make up for it. I just have to give it.
This is why I don't come on your show.
I know, pumpkin head. So, is that must have like an olive.
Can you get on to the equivalency? That's why I don't come on your show.
That's why I like ADHD. It just works great. But the other flip side is you hear Republicans talk about we believe in America. Then why aren't you helping the poor? Why aren't you making sure that those that actually need welfare are taken care of at a level that help? Why aren't you stopping immigrants coming in making $1,500 a month on Social Security when people that live here and worked all their life or immigrants became citizens and only get $800? Like, why aren't you doing something about that? You have the power in the Congress, but you don't. Neither side does, and it's garbage.
The best example that I have of how the Democrats currently right now are being as undemocratic as they're accusing the other side of being. 14 million voters voted for Joe Biden to be the nominee. So 14 million actual Americans, registered voters, said we want Biden to be the nominee. They're thinking about usurping the votes of 14 million people. So we're going to vote at convention on who the nominee should be. That's fundamentally undemocratic. But I don't think they're going to switch Biden.
They can't.
He would have to make that decision.
And the only person, it'll be an open convention. I think if your delegates get up and walk out, you won't have a quorum and you can't do jack.
He could be forced to submit. There's a way. When the donors say we're not giving another penny and the Trump campaign outraises the Biden campaign 20-1 because it's the big donors that don't want Biden to be the nominee. And money controls a lot in politics.
Correct. I didn't hear you. Repeat that, Jason. Pam, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Hi, Dr. Ken. Hi, Sherwin. I see you've kind of gotten off the topic, but I just had one thing I wanted to say about today's officer-involved shooting. To me, I feel like that officer or officers from Columbus, Ohio should have never been in our neighborhoods. I understand that they're part of the RNC and blocking and helping out that way, but they should have never been in our neighborhoods. I feel like if it would have been the Milwaukee police, because the victim was a homeless man. He was a homeless veteran. He was probably down there getting services. We know the food stamp building is right there. The King Center is right there. He was down there getting services. Police that are in that neighborhood and know that neighborhood probably know him. And if they would have came upon that situation, I don't believe that would have happened. I believe that they would have been able to de-escalate. But the fact that it was a foreign police officer from a different state, it went to that level.
No, I think you're making an assumption because we don't have any information that tells us that that's what happened.
I don't think that officers that don't know the neighborhoods, that don't know our people, should be there.
Okay.
I see Pam's point.
I see her point, but then I don't know.
Just like if an officer in a neighborhood.
Street
Angels
did confirm that he was a homeless veteran.
Who confirmed it?
So that part, Street Angels, the ones that the homeless,
okay.
the people who help the homeless, the Street Angels, they did confirm that he was one of the people that they often helped, that he was a homeless retired veteran.
Okay.
And like I said, I feel like if it would have been police from our neighborhood that know him to be in that area getting services, that would not have happened.
All right. Well, thank you much. I appreciate it. I don't know. First of all, prayers go out to the family, to the man who was killed, the homeless veteran. There's a lot of missing pieces. And I think, and we keep coming to conclusions with broken information. And then we make, it's almost like we assume what's going to happen so that we start making decisions based on information we don't have. And then the decision we make, well, that didn't work. Well, it didn't work because you're making decisions based on erroneous information. So how do you come to the conclusion that it was bad? We don't know anything.
Well, I see Pam's point to this extent.
I do.
If there is a cop who's been working the same beat for, let's say, 25 years, and he knows X, Y, Z is the village idiot, and he sometimes does stupid stuff, but the cop can say, hey, man, stop doing that, go back home. But a police officer from somewhere else doesn't know the village idiot and thinks that what the village idiot is doing is threatening, and then I'm not saying that the cop should shoot the village idiot, but they don't have that rapport with the village idiot like a local cop would. But if there was a crime being committed,
I'll definitely give you that.
If the homeless man was brandishing a weapon, was going to harm somebody else or a police officer, well, then this is literally what happens, and we know this is what happens because we've seen it so many times before.
Looks like we got a caller on the line. I know we still got to go to break, but you got a caller on the line. Did we go to break?
This is your show. You better keep track of your breaks.
Yeah, we got one more break. So let's do this. Let's go to break, and then when we come back, we'll get the next caller and the talk and text line. Sherwin Hughes, I'm Dr. Ken Harris. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. We're live from the RNC. We'll be right back.
More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris, live from the Republican National Convention, returns next on the award-winning 1017 The Truth app, 1017thetruth.com, and streaming live on YouTube. Tap into Milwaukee's most entertaining morning show.
Good morning to you. Man, I love y'all two. Y'all two now, man, talk about keeping it real. Man, I just love y'all too. So you all keep on with the keeping on. I love y'all. Thank you so much for making my morning.
So I need people like Miss Dee to start my day off, Telly, every morning.
Listen to Truth Be Told with DT and Telly weekdays from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Have you ever said, I'd like to do something different for a change? I'm tired of doing the same old, same old. Well, the Wisconsin Black Chamber invites all wine lovers and those who want to spend a Saturday doing something different to the Black Winemakers Chicago Day Trip, Saturday, July 20th, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. We meet at the Black Chamber building located at 2900 West Philippe and head to Chicago for a day of winemaking, eating, drinking, fun, and laughter. It's an experience you won't forget, especially since there's plenty of photo ops. Grab a couple friends friends and create some memories. Visit our website, twbcc.com, to register. You can register for the July 20th or August 31st class right now. Don't wait. Classes fill up fast. The Wisconsin Black Chamber is still doing the most. Visit twbcc.com to keep up with what we have going on.
It's your boy, Tori Lowe from The Tori Lowe Show. Tap in for that action. Listen to The Truth all day, every day by downloading the Truth app or stream on Spotify, TuneIn, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or Stitcher.
Associated Bank knows your small business isn't just a venture. It's your dream and a vital part of the community. And we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We're looking out for you. That's why Associated Bank offers quick online applications and approvals with funding in as fast as one business day, checking with no minimum balances or maintenance fees, and prompt customer service. Explore our products at associatedbank.com/business or visit a branch for more details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Attention Wisconsin, Eagle Sports Range is now open, proudly claiming the title of Wisconsin's largest indoor range. Enjoy 40 lanes, unlimited range time, no reservations needed, and an impressive selection of 100 firearm rentals with unlimited swaps. Experience the thrill like never before. Visit Eagle Sports Range at 2525 East Layton Avenue in Cudahy. Text TRUTH to 414-375-6030 for a free range pass. Valid for one person only, expires within 48 hours. That's 414-375-6030.
Hi there, it's Scott from Pentatonics. So from the beginning of our journey in music, the foundation has been music education. It's so incredibly important that we continue to show kids the importance of music in our schools, in our homes, and even in the car. Music is such a powerful expression of emotion and individuality, and we are responsible for keeping the love for music alive. This message is courtesy of the United States Air Force.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris, live from the Republican National Convention on the award-winning 1017 The Truth app, 1017thetruth.com, and streaming live on YouTube.
Listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. We're ticking down pretty quick. Major Mike, are you on the line?
Yeah, Ken, I never heard you so speechless there, Mr. Cop. You know that this guy right here came into the community from Ohio, and then he did what he did. I've been listening to you out of all respect, and you've been pushing this Republican agenda, and I'm like,
and what exactly is that? And what exactly is that? What's the Republican agenda?
You are a cop, Ken. Ken, you're a cop. You're a cop through and through, man. Ain't no way you can explain this shit. Are you going to explain? I want to see you struggle out of
this. Goodbye.
Oh, yeah.
Goodbye. Is he still there? Give me somebody else, because I don't want you to use profanity on my show. Hey, how are you?
Yeah, you don't use profanity. We don't have to use profanity to get our point across.
I appreciate that.
That's probably just the emotion of another black man losing his life to the hands of somebody who, didn't probably value his life. Obviously didn't value his life. Sherwin, I didn't hear. I heard the end of what you were saying. What I saw on Fox, I didn't hear anything about this gentleman having a weapon. Did you get any information to that?
No, I didn't. I did hear through sources that there were two men fighting that were homeless, and one of them had a knife.
I heard that as well.
But there is no information as to what occurred, how they interacted with the police, why the police shot them. Did the police surround them and execute them? Did they fight with one of the guys? Did the guy lunge at the police? We have no detail at all. All we know is that 5 officers fired and that the ME got sent. That's all we got.
So you walk up to a fight and 2 people have a knife, or one person of the 2 has a knife, and you wind up shooting somebody in a place where you Not even supposed to be here.
You're using common sense.
You're supposed to be downtown. Or you're supposed to be downtown.
No, you're not. That's where they were assigned. That's where they were assigned.
Oh.
All the cops aren't in the perimeter. By
who did the assignment?
The Milwaukee Police Department and the RNC can't assign anybody. You gonna let me answer, or you gonna keep the RNC can't assign anybody? It's the Secret Service and the Milwaukee Police Department.
So our chief, it wasn't his decision, but in conjunction with the Secret Service.
We don't know. We don't know those answers. They're going to be investigating, and we'll find out as we go. But we can't assume stuff.
As far as the deployment, why would anybody who's not from here be in the neighborhood instead of just downtown?
They weren't at the neighborhood. They were at a very specific location because they were at a very specific location. And they were at a very specific location. But thank you. I appreciate it. Give me a call tomorrow. Maybe we can chop it up some more and we'll do some digging overnight.
We'll probably have more information. RNC is not at Martin Luther King Park. Sad.
Okay. All right. So very true. So very sad. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris, along with my co-host today, the Sherwin Hughes. Or is it Sherwin the Hughes? I think it's Sherwin the Hughes.
I am the Hughes. Just like Telly the Hughes, but DT and Telly in the morning.
That's right. Tori Lowe Show's coming up next. Thank you for hanging out. Jason, appreciate you. Sherwin, as always, we got to do it again.
Absolutely. This is fun.
All right. God bless. Take care. Flip over to 620. I'll be there with John Mercure checking out what's going on as we recap the rest of the day. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm out.